What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Seth, and today we're going to be taking a first look at Warden, Melody of the Undergrowth. If you like Zelda, if you like Wind Waker, especially Wind Waker, you're gonna love this game. It's actually fantastic what I've played so far. Stand back, my son, and I will clear a path to the town. Yes, father, I will follow you to the ends of the earth. Come here, Tavian. All right. So yeah, needless to say, very, very cool game, very much like Zelda, but the combat is a little bit slower paced and a little bit more, I'll say methodical, maybe, because you kind of gotta think before you act, because otherwise you can just get wrecked by everything, like, really, really quickly. And then also over Zelda, this game actually has a jump button, which we can't really use at the moment, but is still very, very cool because the platforming moments of this game are definitely my favorite moments. Hold a moment, my son. This spot is as good as any other. Let's go over your training. You will practice sparring with me. Blah, 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 blah. Z targeting. Yeah, that's what I mean with the slower, more methodical type of combat is, yeah, you'll see as you progress through the game a little bit further that the combat can end up being a little bit difficult. So what he's trying to tell us right now is you just press B and we're supposed to be dodging, but that just didn't really work. Maybe it's just because I don't really have the timing down. Well, that seemed to work out perfectly. Excellent. Emperor Magulus. That's a ridiculous name. I like it. I like him too. He's got an epic mustache as well. Expose enemy weaknesses. Let's do the exact same thing, but now you gotta expose my weaknesses and get me. Alright, I'll get you. What you got? What you got, father? That's enough for now. Also, my ribs hurt. We will practice again later. We should continue on to the town before the forest musters some evil to get us. I'll cut this down. We don't even need to deal with you. Oh no, an earthquake is happening as well. You are doing well, my son. Oh no, an earthquake. Oh, just kidding. It's a bunch of strange golem creature things. So I'll explain a little bit more of the game mechanics, but first we have to go across this bridge as quickly as possible. Go, my father! Destroy it! Get across the bridge, my son. All right, Daddy. Swept away in the river. Tavian, no, I'm not going to jump in there after you because I've got heavy armor and I would sink to the bottom. Oh, we're fine. Father, where are you? Anyone? I like giving the main character a dorky voice like that. These are note things. They're called motes. It's notes with an M. They're pretty much like your coinage. You need them to unlock certain areas later in the game, including dungeons, but you also end up using it at merchants. Hello, giant creature. Excuse me, I need help. Where am I? Oh dear. Malakazam. Random fireplace. The fire is beautiful in this game, by the way, as well. There's also 3 characters total, including this character right here. He's more combat-driven, while the second character you get is more puzzle-driven, and she kind of can control flowers and stuff like that. And then the third character, I think, is mostly for this dream world, where later in the game, you're going to end up running into more fire pits, and you actually have to sleep at them to go into an altered reality, and then in some cases, you will actually have to go over to, let's just say this over here was a different fire pit. We would use that, wake up from the dream world, and we might be on the other side of a door that was otherwise unattainable. Come closer, little one. Yes, Nyonta, I will. Hello, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon? Greetings, young traveler. Ooh, where am I? Can I ride you? Do not be alarmed. I am Nyona, mother of the forest, and also your mother as well. And you can see those beautiful crystals around her. Those are actually holding her in place, and that's kind of the main mission of the game. The 3 dungeons that I've seen on the overworld. I'll be skipping through this. You can read it yourself, though, so I'm gonna not be tapping it as fast as I can. But yeah, you can always just pause the video if you really want to read. The story pretty much goes that she is turning us into her warden, where we're going to be going through the world, destroying these crystals inside dungeons so that we can free her and then she can take over the forest again. And I just have a very strange suspicion that she's going to be like the secret last boss or something like that. But I don't know. Oh, why'd you put me to sleep? I'm blind. And now I can see. Hello? Now that gigantic freak for some reason is gone, and it seems like a couple more notes ended up reappearing. They end up doing a very good job showing you where you're supposed to go. You can't always go off the beaten trail, and there is lots to explore, that's for sure. But for the sake of this first look video, we're just gonna push onward, and we're not gonna do anything. By the way, this area right here that we are in kind of serves as a tutorial area, but ends up being the first forest dungeon zone, let's say, because when I say dungeon, I actually include this entire area as one big dungeon because you're dealing with multiple monsters and stuff like that, and you're just kind of fighting your way through everything. Now, that little scroll we ended up picking up was just giving us some lore, and as you can see right here, we spend 10 notes, or motes, I guess I should say, emoticons, and then we open that doorway. Later on, there's gonna be certain doorways that might cost 1,000, and you might think, oh no, that's insane, but you will actually come across special motes where it might be like a super duper one where we'd pick it up and it would actually give us 1,000 right out of the way, so you don't have to worry too much. But a lot of them too, they actually have, once you get to the main hub area, which is kind of like the first starting town, where there's lots of enemies, there's lots of puzzles, and a lot of the puzzles end up leading you to these better moats and stuff like that. Oh look, it's the ancient torch that for some strange reason this entire temple was built to keep. Yeah, because it's an auto lighting torch. Oh yeah, we don't need to light it on any other fires. We can just oh, I hurt my legs. We can just light this torch at any time. Now, if that's not something that is worth making a temple around, I don't know what is. That animation is so hilarious. Look at this fire though. Fire in games has been like so beautiful lately, and I love the fire in this game, and I love the graphic style too. Now also, haha, now that we have a torch, we can create our own fire. Yes, it's beautiful. Oh, hey, what's this thing? Hello, strange thing.
Well, thank goodness it's been so long and I haven't seen anyone in decades. Do you like pie?
Are you a machine?
That's a bit rude. I asked you if you liked pie, but I'm specifically calibrated to assist Martians, let's call them Martians, in their travels. Let me see if I can remember what I'm supposed to tell travelers. Don't go wandering into the dark unprepared. Make sure you carry a torch with you. You can press down to activate the torch that's already in your hand. Oh, okay. You already learned it.
This is one of those dark areas that he was just talking about 2 seconds ago. What is this? Hey man, you remember my brother outside? You just met him. Call him a jerk for me, okay? No, I won't do that for you. Your family problems are your own issues. So this is actually a required area that we gotta go into as well. Oh, it's so beautiful, and the lighting is great, and it's amazing. And once you end up lighting these torches too, I like how the room ends up lighting up. And yeah, it's not as dark and gloomy as you would think the entire game is, but this starting area definitely is. And I think that it is always a very cool thing when games end up having you thrown into a dungeon. It's dark, it's gloomy, you don't really like it, and then you get thrown into the overworld and it's just huge, it's lush, it's beautiful, it's everything.
My garden is ruined. I was doing something so well too.
What's wrong?
Those awful vines have grown all over the wall and now my arms have fallen on the floor. Grab my sword and cut off the vines, will you?
Those awful vines? Like, seriously? Is this guy like an old man or old lady or something? Because this is like, it's mommy nature, man. There's nothing you can do to prevent the mommy nature. To the training hall. Ah, if this isn't Zelda, I don't know what is. It also has very much N64 style of gameplay and stuff like that. 100, 200.
Oh, hello. I'm almost done counting the bricks. Hang on.
Counting the bricks?
What else am I to do? Oh, wait, sparring. That's what I'm supposed to do? All right, give me a few hits, see if you can strike out a combo.
Yeah. No. Oh, we killed him. Oh, it hurts. Wait, what's that? Aha. His wooden sword is ours now because that last one ended up breaking on us. Because that's the other thing too, is there is actually multiple, I can't stop moving. You'll need to focus attack me. But yeah, there is actually so many different, it hurts so much, thank you for freeing me. There are so many different types of weapons that you can get in this game. It's amazing. Most of them actually have different animations and different strengths and different weaknesses. In general, I find that attack speed, whoa, stay back, I saw what you did to the other guys. The other weapons have like certain abilities to them, and in general I find that the highest attack speed is definitely the way to go in this game. Look at how fast I can spin. Please, I need to get to the surface.
Let's see you try and dodge these super sharp swings. Bring it on.
Yeah. So as you can kind of see, the combat is a little bit more slow paced. You kind of got take things a little bit more methodically, as I was saying earlier. Looks like we got just tons and tons of wooden swords. And our main middle one is actually about to break, as you can see. But don't worry, you're gonna always run into enemies. Yes! And enemies are a great way of finding weapons. Man, these sound effects are a little bit underwhelming. Ah! No! Look at that beautiful sword. I'm gonna swap it out because I just naturally assume by it being all spiky and weird that it's stronger. Although I don't think that it actually is. Yeah. Die, Deku plant thing. Is that a normal sword? Yeah, it's just a normal sword. I like how they use these glowing thingamabobs to kind of show you where to go, but as you can see, we could easily go down there, climb up a ladder, get to this and that, and we could be lighting up all these torches, but again, it's more about just kind of showing you all the game than actually like getting into the different game mechanics and, or exploring and stuff like that. Like, we're not really doing like a full let's play here. Nah! These enemies are so weird. They're just like the Deku Scrubs. Very annoying, too.
Ah, you did it. That awful weed is finally gone. You'd think after almost 4 centuries, you soldiers would have figured out a way to curb those plants getting in here. The place has really come apart in the last few decades, too, you know. Where have you people been? But enough of that. You must try the shift stick there. Go press Y over on that weird bulb thing and you can move a brick. This will be a nice preview for future dungeons. And every now and then they'll actually have like weapons like this just kind of hanging around the area. I'm not exactly sure if this game takes into account if all of your weapons end up breaking and you don't really have any other replacements. I honestly don't really know what you're supposed to do about that. And anyways, we're about to come to our first boss right over here. And then we'll go a little bit further just so we can get to the main area. I kind of want to show you all what it is all about. Oh my goodness. If we didn't have to equip our sword, maybe we would have been able to do a little bit more. Oh my goodness. You also will restore health by... What's happening, man? Seriously. You also will restore your health by going to fire pits. Thank goodness we destroyed him, because that bat sucked, man. That thing was super duper weak. What is this? Oh, a giant axe. This probably would have been super powerful against that guy. Whoop! This little flower thing, of course, heals you fully. I think, does it give you extra health bar? I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that it heals us. Hello? What's happening out here? Lego Minecraft world. This is the main hub area. From here, you can see right there, that's one of those things, one of those notes that's gonna give you like 1,000 nodes or whatever. Oh, noble warrior, you must help me stop the treacherous captors. Illuminati confirmed. Fearsome Warden has been reborn. These ones must destroy spirit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These guys are beautiful, but oh my goodness, they're so scary. And as you can see, they are actually using different weird weapon types. Like that spear, such mad attack speed at the cost
at the cost of him being like very single target damage with the spears. They're not really my favorite because you can miss your targets very, very easily. Get out of town. But yeah, so this is the main town area. Are you all right? And from here, we can end up going and getting like more of these notes or moats. I guess I should keep calling them properly. See that one right there? That's the same one. Not the same one as we saw earlier on camera, but that's the same one that I was talking about where we actually go and collect that one and it gives us 1,000. They actually have those scattered around the world like all over the place. And oh man, I love the platforming. You just move so quickly in this game. It's great. It's so opposite of the combat as well. The combat does take a little bit to get used to, I will say that much. And in general, as you can see, find that dodging by walking to the left and right seems to be a little bit more effective than actually like rolling and stuff. However, I know that some of the more complicated enemies later on do actually force you to kind of learn their strategy and everything like that, where you have to dodge when they attack and attack them when they're at their weakest points and stuff like that. It's very, very cool once you actually get the hang of it. Hello? Safe passage is blocked. Young one must open confounding gate. You there, boy. Help me. I'm over here. Okay. Boy, help me! Smash these rocks and set me free. Take this hammer. It's just like Zelda. This is beautiful. Give it to me. I said give it to me. Give me the hammer. Oh! Isn't that amazing? And you can actually use this over in the overworld, which was where we just were, and end up destroying tons of different blocks and stuff like that, and just navigating all over the place. That portal tool didn't hurt you, did he? Come, my child. Thanks again for smashing that rock. Do you have any idea how to get through that gate? In good time, come this way, and do excuse the mess. Come what way? Just 2 steps over here, but my goodness, with this stuff on my back, it's like so exhausting. Anyways, an adventurer like yourself should not be ill-equipped. But I've already got that sword. Yes, I don't care. I'm kind of forcing you for the sake of the plot. Forcing me to what? To buy this, of course. You're gonna have to spend 50 of your motes. What? Why would I buy that sword? I'm already using it. Well, you're gonna have to get it, wise guy. This is kind of forced in the tutorial. Okay. Fine, I'll replace it with my other one. It's trying to teach us the store mechanics and stuff like that. Doesn't he look like the Happy Mask salesman, except like a lot older? Hello, thing. What are you doing in the attic? That guy was somehow tied to the gate outside. And we're slowly heading towards the main, and I mean the main hub area. We could actually leave this area and come right back, and then he would have a bunch of stuff in the store as well. Another good incentive to actually grinding out and getting most of these motes. But I'm not sure whether or not they end up respawning. Warden, come over here, follow this way to the safe village. I don't know if these things respawn, which is odd because of the fact that most of your weapons end up breaking. So I'm not sure if the ones out of the store are actually more worthwhile. Keep a, like that gate right there, we will talk more about in a moment, but, well, we'll talk more about them in a little bit more detail, but that was pretty much leading us into one of the dungeon areas. Sacred Warden, the young Polter safe, this is your home? Yes, at present, this one has precious information for Warden. Young one is welcome to speak with members of loyal tribe. Crucial supplies can be purchased from the clever shopkeep or the old merchant outside, I suppose. Young one must pay attention. Most important task ahead. Precious shot. This would not be his voice. He should actually be talking like a Deku scrub or something, because that's what he is. Go over here and talk to the shaman who's trapped inside. Trapped, I guess that's where I'm headed. Okay. I'm also going to preemptively, end up lighting this fire right here, because remember what I said earlier where we have to go through the dream world to get to another spot? That's exactly what we're about to do promptly. And right over there, you can kind of see it inside that building. That's another one of those 1,000 mote thingamabobs. That is actually one of the many puzzle ones, puzzle motes that you can get, where you have to actually complete a difficult puzzle to get your hands on it. That one over there, I actually have no idea what it is, but yeah. The foretold warden, this one is glad you arrived. Scout mentioned you were stuck. How can I help you? Young savior must travel through the campfire and pass the unbreakable gate. Sacred warden must sleep at campfire and travel through the spirit world. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. So now we gotta go back outside, go to the exact same fire pit, and the dark world, I guess it would be like a light and dark world element, kind of similar to A Link to the Past, right? Like, this game is so Zelda, it is crazy, and it is great. Let's sit down and go to sleep. That's very, very close to the fire, and that creature was gonna eat us. Now, as you can see in the dream world, it's not like an exact replica of the normal world or anything like that. It's actually its own mechanic and own world and everything like that. So this is where the fire character, I think, ends up coming into play, because we could end up probably traveling up there and maybe end up getting our hands on a couple of secrets and stuff like that, but that's okay, because we're almost done for today, because first we've got to go over here. Man, that fire is beautiful. And before we talk to the mayor, I just wanted to show you all this, because this is actually kind of like the world map. It's very, very neato. We are actually right in there, right in that building, and this is kind of the safe area. All the rest of the town, you can actually still fight enemies and collect notes and stuff like that. And right over here, this is the same as that other door. That was the door that we looked at, and I said how that is a dungeon. There is another one hidden behind our axe. We can't really look at it right now. And then there's this forest dungeon right over here. Now, each of these areas, of course, is represented by the crystal. And remember how in the other world where we were trying to save the forest mother by destroying all of the crystals? Yeah, put two and two together, that's exactly what these are. That's why I call these dungeons, because you end up going in there and it's just a huge, gigantic, expansive area filled with puzzles, enemies, and in this forest one anyway, we end up unlocking one of the characters. And I'm assuming in one of these other ones, maybe the fire one, we unlock the fire character, and then probably end up going to the last dungeon area and using all of the character's abilities. Well done, clever Warden. Thank you very much. Yes, well, thank you so much for freeing me, kind of. It's a little bit stubborn. What's a little bit stubborn? Blah, blah, blah. We gotta go up there, flick a switch, we go outside, and then we start moving our way towards one of the other dungeons. But that's gonna be it for this first look. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you found this video helpful in deciding whether you wanted to get this game or not. Links will be in the description to absolutely everything. If you're a Zelda fan, I would highly recommend, yeah. This one's a cool one. It really is, and I'm gonna keep my eye on when the final build of the game ends up coming out and everything like that. But either way, thanks for watching, everybody. Do not forget to Hadouken the like button. I very much appreciate it. Share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.